of his eye. Sit right down, we're gonna give you the scoop with Lisa Doop. Shamma-lamma ding-dong loop-de-loop. This is the story of a guy named Mr. Boop.
You're listening to Being Mr. Boop, Season 3! My name is Lisa Doop and I am Mr. Boop. It's Monday, August 3rd, 2020, and today we're reading the 140th ever Mr. Boop strip. In today's Mr. Boop, Despair. Now, let's look over at the strip right now. Just give me one moment. I should have had this up earlier. But I'm gonna fill whilst I look through the Twitter. Doobie-doobie-doo. Oh, hey, did you guys see that Zer was on last week? Pretty great. I don't know what's gonna happen in panel 1 of this, but... Okay, here we go. Panel 1. We see a sad, pathetic man leaning against his wall. Or it could be like outside of somewhere. It's against a wall, we don't know what it is. It's like kind of a messy looking wall. There's lots of detail lines on it. The man is in a sweatshirt with stains on it. He is holding a bottle that reads root beer. Even in his despair, he has not gone to alcoholism. Unless root beer has alcohol in it. Which it might. There's I think that's a box that would have like a burger in it by his right side. And 2 more bottles of presumably root beer. Just to the bottom right panel. This kind of resembles an earlier strip where after Betty Boop and Alec Robbins have had sex and they're kind of like leaning against the wall together, but it's got a sad twist. Panel 2, we see a sad, pathetic, lonely man against a wall. It might be outside or inside, we don't know. He's holding a root beer. He's got a little more shadow under his eye this time, but I don't think that's intentional. Unless it is, I don't know. Panel 3, there's another sad man leaning against a wall. He has a root beer and he's got a tear coming out of his eye drop. Tear droplet coming out of his eye. And he's got the same food that the other guys had. And in panel 4, we see a sad man in boxers and a sweatshirt. The sweatshirt is very stained and he's got glasses on. I believe this is the titular Mr. Robbins. Well, this was a fun one. You guys probably could tell by the way I was reading it, but I was laughing the whole time. This is a really funny one, and it makes me giggle. And you know what else? You've been listening to Being Mr. Boop. Shadow synopsis. What? Huh? Just gonna go look on the Patreon for the shadow synopsis. For anyone just tuning in now, the shadow synopsis is the description that Alec writes on the Twitter. No, on the Patreon, not the Twitter. And I did not have it up, and we usually describe it. I don't know why I say we, it's just me here. All the time, ha ha ha. And it is fun. You guys ever done anything by yourself? Where you once had a beautiful partner with you? Sad. The shadow synopsis says, I almost committed to a full week of these. I think that would have been funny, and I'm right, but you've been spared. You've been listening to Being Mr. Boop. You can visit the show's website at www.beingmrboop.com for our full catalogue of episodes and to sign up to host the podcast. Boy howdy knows that I need a co-host. For more updates, follow at Mr. Boop Pod on Twitter. You can find me on Being Jim Davis this week. I'm on this week. Good night. Welcome to the world of Mr. Robbins. Gee whiz, what a lonely guy. He had to divorce his wife Betty Boop. She was the apple of his eye. Sit right down, we're gonna give you the scoop with
This podcast was brought to you by the Pitch Drop Podcast Network. Like what you just heard? Support the show by going to patreon.com/pitchdrop. And while you're at it, check out pitchdrop.net for more of this and other shows.